Everyone, welcome back to the show. Our next guest, when watching the program earlier, said, he's got to be sitting on a pillow.
He does. We'll show it to you. He actually sits on a phone book.
There it is.
Anyway, we're joined.
Nice.
It's customized, though, because we're classy that way.
That's right.
Mike.
We're joined by a couple fellas who are very, very hairy because they're very, very busy on the Snowed-In comedy tour. Craig Campbell and Phil Nichol, how are you?
Very well, not getting frostbite.
Good.
Craig, I have a feeling that being hairy is just your state of being. I don't think it has anything to do with...
A little bit of my thing. Helps me hide in the woods, actually.
And Phil, how about you? Are you always his hair?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to just be, I'm like a little Craig. I'm just trying to be like, I want to be like him. He's so cool.
So you didn't have any facial hair before this whole Snowed-In tour started?
No, I've never been able to grow facial hair before this tour, actually.
I don't believe you.
It's red meat and Canadian climate, basically.
It'll do it.
Pumping it out of
It'll
the
give you a beard.
Like
Was
a
it part
Play-Doh
of
fun
Snowed-In,
factory.
though? I mean, did you just get up in these mountain environments and think, okay, well, we're going on tour to mountain resorts. I don't have to shave anymore. So.
That was exactly what it was. I thought, here's a perfect opportunity not to shave. You know, and just let it all hang out.
It's either that or wear one of those neck muffs. Like, you don't really want to be involved.
No, what are they
in
not
that.
called neck muffs? They're called a schnood.
A schnood?
A schnood?
A schnood.
A schnood.
That's what it's called.
Where are they called that?
Yes. All over the world, Craig. They're called schnoods.
Your house and Norway.
They're called snoods, everybody.
Snoods.
I think you're right.
SNOOD.
I think he's actually just trying to get everyone to Google that, and we
see
have
what
no
happens.
responsibility for
Phil
what
Nichols'
comes back.
website comes up.
Snood.com.
Snood.org.
So tell us
Wanna buy a
about
shirt?
the Snowed-In tour. You guys are just going to places you can ski or board, and that's the whole idea, right?
That's the whole ethos of it. Yeah, in a nutshell, the best thing about it is that there's no bosses, there's no managers, there's no owners. It's four guys who really like each other's comedy,
Well,
really love
kinda
snowboarding,
like
can tolerate each other's comedy, and love snowboarding in the best place in the world to snowboard. And we put it all together.
Smart
and it's
thinking.
amazing. Yeah, it's an excuse to recreate.
Both you guys are based out of England.
Yep.
So how often are you actually hitting the slopes, and how is it going now that you're on an intensive snowboarding tour?
He's throwing it to me because I got a little bit injured.
You look like you have a sore
I've been a little bit
back.
injured.
I got a little bit
I
injured.
missed Banff. Put it that way. I spent Banff in bed.
Now, are you the only one that's been injured along the Snowed-In tour?
Well, no, actually, yeah. Come to think of it.
I had an argument with a tree
got
at
a
Whitewater in Nelson, and
I hate
frozen
when that
trees win
happens.
every time I saw
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did you end up
Didn't
in
move
the
at all.
well of the tree? And-
No, I was on either side of it. The snowboard took a left and I took a right, and my whole body whiplashed around it and crawled out of the well.
And are you guys usually, I mean, are you actually, I mean, obviously you're doing the comedy tour, but are you boarding together? Like, are you guys spending all this time together?
We split up. Phil's here with his girlfriend who's just beginning to snowboard from the UK. So,
So you gotta-
being
you gotta-
the perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
I had to say, I love you, honey.
Then becomes that moment because I've been in these where you have a choice to make. You either go with the boys and you ditch your girlfriend, or
And what have I done, Mike? I have stayed with my girlfriend all the way, and like a great guy that I am. No, I've had
and you
time.
still injured yourself.
No, amazing. We've had an amazing time because she's from Essex in England. She's just learning to snowboard, and she's picked up in the last 4 weeks, gone from a beginner level to now cutting through trees and hitting. We did a black diamond the last run,
That's
and we're
pretty
really
good.
looking forward to Mount Washington. But I think
massive.
by the end of it, we're going to be doing some air. Yeah,
Catch some air?
some board grabs, and it's going to be sick. It's going to be totally sick.
And now Danny and I, that are 3 years into this tour, basically eat, sleep, and live snowboarding,
Right.
even when we're not here. So to answer your earlier question, when I'm in the UK in the middle of the summer or in the middle of the downpour season, as they like to call it, on my mountain bike at 2 o'clock in the morning, I am thinking about being in Whitewater, in Mount Washington,
Living,
in
breathing.
Whistler. Can't
Banff.
wait to, because the more that I'm prepared for it, the more fun that we have
Now,
on
you
it.
live in the UK and you live on a farm and
Yeah,
you
out
have
in the middle
horses
of
and
nowhere.
stuff,
Yeah, a
and
couple
you
of horses,
had
couple of cats, yeah.
some sort of borrowed Dachshund or something?
Yeah, we borrow a
mean?
Dachshund from my partner's mother, who doesn't exercise it to the degree that if you have a Dachshund and you want to see it live a long, ripe life, get it walking, get that thing running, and don't overfeed it.
Is it a sausage? It's like,
That's Dachshund owners.
Is it heavy or something? Like,
No.
fat?
It's just that their backs are very vulnerable backs because of the length of them, and if you let them go, they will start to bow, and it causes them great pain, and they don't live as long.
So you're basically doing Dachshund rehabilitation.
We're doing the Lord's work for that dog. and when we take it out, this is the flaw in my life, that I've got a BMW that I love to bits. I'm the only guy in the entire country that has snow tires on it, which I get sent directly from Finland. And you might think it's a benefit to be the only guy on the road stopping. It's not. But beyond that, the car itself is phenomenal, except for the fact that on the console, there's not only the hazard lights, but an all-lock door button.
Oh.
And several times now, this wonderful dog, Ludo, short for Ludwig von Beethoven, the Dachshund, when I, for a moment, forget that he is in the car alone and go to do something like in a snowstorm,
While the car is running.
water the horses, car running, ready for us to do a 2-minute horse water and get out, he'll just, for whatever reason, think, I need to be in the front seat, pile across the console, hit with one leg the hazard lights, with the other leg the all-lock button, and then for 15 minutes stare at me with my headlamp as I try and encourage him to go to the other seat. Come on! And literally looking at me like he's never seen me before or heard my voice.
I would
like
pay
alien
to see
abduction
that
time.
happen.
Before I finally have to make the long decision, do I want to throw a rock through my own car window, or do I want to walk home
Now-
30 minutes each way in a
Phil,
snowstorm?
do you borrow dogs in the UK, or is this
I
just...
don't know. No, I don't borrow.
You live in London, right? You're the city boy and the country.
I live in London. I practice my comedy there, and
Where the people are.
where the people are. Yeah, whereas Craig goes
Seems
down very
reasonable.
well in the country.
The Dachshunds love
Do
me.
you get extra gravitas because you're Canadian or because you're from outside
Well,
the
you know,
UK?
there's a little bit of an exotica, you know, if that can be said of any
Well,
Canadian.
when I look at
Canadian.
you, the first thing I think
Exotica!
is Exotica.
No, I mean, there's a number of Canadian comedians there, actually, because it's such a great comedy scene.
Yeah.
And to come back over here and to do this tour has been phenomenal, because I haven't been able to perform comedy, or had a chance to perform comedy outside of the Montreal Comedy Festival to Canadians, so this is the first time I've come to the West
You get
Coast.
to hang out with the fellas.
Hang out with the fellas and go snowboarding and do comedy to Canadian audiences in lovely big theaters in Vernon and Nelson. And we've had
Eat
such
the
a
best
wicked time.
steaks on the planet.
Yeah.
Eat the best wild salmon sushi in Vancouver on the planet.
It's
take
just-
advantage of all the greatness that
You
this
guys
place
are making
gives.
comedy sound like it sucks, man.
I feel really bad for you
Isn't it
guys.
terrible? So when your parents say don't be a professional comedian,
Call these guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, come board with us, actually. Come
Snowed
hang
In
out, yeah.
Comedy Tour has quite a few dates left. You can go to the website. It's on the screen for you right now to find it. All of them. Of course, you guys are going to Mount Washington.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then they're going to have a show in Mission on February 11th. And February 12th, you can see them in Vancouver at the Review Stage. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
And who's with you on this little leg of the tour?
We've got Peter Kalamas,
Very funny, very funny.
phenomenal actor as well from
Stargate Universe.
Stargate Universe,
Yeah.
and Mr. Danny Quinn, a phenomenal Vancouver
funny.
comedian.
Quite a good snowboarder, too?
A great
Yes?
snowboarder.
Yeah, he's
he
really
is
good.
launching himself off of, I call them garage roofs. He is hammering it right now, and it's really, it's spectacular. It's great, and to be able to do that on the back of being in different parts of the world entertaining people is just unbelievable.
Well, have fun, you
come and see
guys.
all four of us if you get time.
Really quickly, if you do have a Dachshund that needs rehabilitation, put them in a package, ship them to
Send them to-
Devon,
yeah.
and somehow it will find
We'll
its
take
way
care of
to
him. We'll make sure his
Thank
back
you.
will do just fine.
Thanks, guys.